Hey Internet, Eric here. New playlist, new concept, all that jazz for the channel yet again. This time courtesy of the Need Gore channel. Need Gore is another guy that I've recently come into contact with, either over the I'm trying to think, last month or so, maybe longer. Probably one of the most positive guys I've ever met on YouTube. And of course, as you can tell by the title of his channel, he fucking loves gore movies. And he also participates in the Horror Freak 85's Fright Friday that I've recently contributed to, and the Horror Man Slashback Saturday that I've done a few for. So he figured, why the hell not? He threw his head into the game, and he's created Bloody Sundays. And Need Gore's Bloody Sundays to me, seems like it'll be a lot easier. It's no strike against the other guys. Like the other guys, they have a theme for the week, and you have to discuss a horror movie or specifically a slasher film that fits into this theme. Need Gore's Bloody Sunday is basically describe a death in a film that's either full of gore that you really like, impacts you really, really big. It doesn't have to be horror. It could be a television show or what have you. Gives you like an oh shit feeling, one of those. And this is his first Bloody Sunday. And what I'm going to do when I do participate, I'm going to try to make it a film that I've watched recently since it's fresh in my head. And what I'm going to discuss for my first Bloody Sunday, obviously if we're talking about deaths in films, spoilers are abound. But today I'm going to somewhat cheat a little bit, I don't know, because it is a specific death of a specific person, but it's done in a remake and an original. So today I'm going to discuss Jud's death in Pet Sematary, 1989 and 2019. Now, 1989, we'll go in order. 1989, if you don't know Pet Sematary, basically, where have you been? But family from Chicago moves to Maine. They find out there's a pet cemetery behind their home. Their daughter's cat is run over by a car. Instead of burying him in the pet cemetery, Jud Crandall takes Lewis, the father, to a burial ground way behind the pet cemetery. Anything you bury there comes back, but they're now evil. And what happens is eventually Lewis's son Gage dies there, or in the remake, daughter Ellie, and then they come back and go crazy and kill people. So in the original, Jud Crandall is played by Fred Gwynne from the Munsters. That's basically, or a lot of people like him from My Cousin Vinny. The scene here is Gage has been resurrected, and Jud knows. He knows that Gage is going to murder Lewis and Rachel, the wife, and anyone involved. So he knows Gage is hiding in his house somewhere. So he's walking around. He's got his little not a switchblade, but he's got like a Swiss Army knife to take out Gage. He's looking all around his house, and he's about ready to peer under his bed, and he's wearing like loafers. Okay, so keep that in mind. He's distracted by Church. Church was the cat I said that was run over earlier, and as he's distracted by Church in the distance, you see a close-up of Jud wearing his loafers. You see Gage's little hand. He's got his dad's scalpel because his dad's a medical doctor. And you see the scalpel go into Jud's Achilles tendon, and it kind of digs in it, and you hear the noise in it. And that just gets me cringing all the time, And then just to add insult to injury, as Jud falls down and he's trying to back away, he grabs, the back of his heel, because you do see the heel kind of split like that. He grabs that, and then Gage, of course, shows himself. He's carrying the scalpel. Jud screams, and as his mouth is opened wide, Gage takes the scalpel and then right across the open mouth. Really cool effect. And then Fred Gwynne kind of does that, falls down with the blood on the ground, and as Jud's just lying there, Gage just comes around, bites Jud on the neck. He starts chewing and gnawing and everything, disappears, and then there's this big giant gaping wound right there. And what's great is when Gage's head pulls off of Jud's neck, you got some sinew and some slime and blood and all that stuff. And then of course you see close-ups of Jud's hands like twitching and stuff like that. So really, really cool effect. And it's just the fact that your fucking Achilles tendon, right back there, and you're like, just you see it slice, you hear the noise. Now we'll talk about the remake. Not as graphic in the aspect, same story. This time it's played by John Lithgow. Jud's played by John Lithgow, and in this one, it's not as long of a scene. There's no slice across the mouth. There's no neck biting. But what gets me in this one is it's the same thing I mentioned earlier. It's Ellie that is killed in this one and resurrected. Jud is around the house. He's coming down the stairs. There's a cool shot. There's a cool homage or homage, whatever you want to say, to the original, where Jud's gonna look under the bed. And he's still wearing loafers and everything, but instead he pushes a foot up against the bed and he pushes it. So now you're wondering where Ellie's gonna come. He's walking down the stairs, and you got stairs from upstairs coming down, and then you got area to walk around. He's coming down the stairs. Of course, Church distracts him. He turns around, and Ellie pops up on the side of the stairs, and she's got her scalpel. And instead of just slicing the tendon, what she does, and this is great, she sticks it through his Achilles tendon. So he gets stabbed, and he goes, he screams, but then she takes a scalpel and she pulls it backwards, so the back of his leg just explodes as he falls down. So, and then there's some stuff that happens, not kill-wise, that I don't want to spoil because I really liked it, but, and then afterwards, she goes nuts. He grabs for a gun, and then she just, sadly, it's off screen. Judge like off camera here, and Ellie, you just see stabbing him endlessly with a scalpel. You find Jud's body later, but yeah, it's just that Achilles tendon thing, man. The fact that it just explodes gets me. So even though the original one is more drawn out with the slice across the mouth and then the neck bite, this one, where she fucking stabs him and just rips out the tendons, is just as impactful, in my opinion. So, yeah, for my first, I was going to say Fright Friday. Sorry. For my first, I'm doing so many of these now, it's getting confusing. For my first Bloody Sunday, courtesy of the Need Gore channel, Jud Crandall's death in either, I don't know how this, yeah, in either Pet Sematary, the original or remake. Highly recommended. Good cringy stuff. That's it. All right. Also, I also recommend it because the original is one of my favorite, or is my favorite Stephen King book, and it is my favorite horror movie of all time. I really enjoyed the remake. Gets a lot of hate, but I don't think it deserves it. Anyways, like and subscribe, all that crap. Check out Need Gore's channel. If you like live streams, he does extremely long live streams, and they're fun. Like I said, he participates in Fright Friday and Slashback Saturday. He does his own reviews, what have you. So give him a look, give him a sub, and enjoy. So in the end, cheers, and happy Bloody Sunday.